Feed me. Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more. The Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show. I'm your host, the big guy Ryback. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Streaming live on Instagram and TikTok, the big guy RYBACK30. Thank you guys for joining on the live streams over there. Swing on over, guys, to here to YouTube, Ryback TV. Super chats are greatly appreciated and brought up on the screen between taking calls, guys. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ryback Reeves and Twitch at Ryback Rules. We are live here on X Spaces, Twitter Spaces. Guys, thank you to all my great Twitter subscribers. I do subscribe to you back for subscribing. So thank you to our great subscribers, guys. Guys, call in. This is the place at Ryback on X Spaces. If you're on TikTok and enjoying the show, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, Ryback TV here, and you want to call in, guys, health, fitness, supplementation, pro wrestling, sports, and anything and everything in between, X Spaces is the place to do it at Ryback on X, Twitter, Spaces, whatever we're calling it here these days. This show is available on all podcast platforms. If you can't catch the live, guys, iTunes reviews are greatly appreciated. If you've got a moment to leave a star rating and write a review, it really helps us out over on the audio platform. This show is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. No harmful artificial sweeteners or colors for all people, men and women. He, she, and thee. FeedMeMore.com. Save 20% on all orders. Discount code FEEDME20, FEEDME20 to get 20% off and get a free Feed Me More Nutrition shaker bottle with all orders. Our brain feed, guys, is back in stock. We were out of stock for quite a 4 months, I think, right around that. Maybe not quite, but right around that. So we're fully back in stock with the brain feed, guys. It stacks really, really well with the Shell Shock or Wake Up Unlimited Energy on that. If you like Alpha Brain, you're going to love Brain Feed. It is superior. It's a superior product. Better ingredients, more ingredients, guys. A lot of people really love that one. Back in stock. FeedMeMore.com. We've got all the Ryback merch available on there as well, guys. So check that out. Hello, hello. Did I see Sweet Sugar pop in on that? There we go. We've got, was this a notification? What is this here? Tyler, it says, what's up, big guy? Hope you're doing well. Member for 13 months. Thank you, Tyler. You might be are you the longest reigning Rybacker on here since we created the program? I know Tyler's been a staple of the Ryback Show over on YouTube. Good to see everybody. Hello, hello. What happened to Brawler's Corner? Brawler Corner, it will be on when Brawler is on, when I can get him on, guys. I can't get him on every show, and he's not here all the time. So, Jesus Christ, I got a show I got to do, guys, every day here, and I have people on when Brawler can come on, and I can get Brawler on, and I can fit it into the show where I think it fits. I'll have him on. Okay, so thank you. We don't. We'll have to see what happens with the Ryback TV. The YouTube has been very, very. It's been hit really hard again. Where I could tell by the live stream count on a lot of things, and there's a lot, and I could tell on my views on my feeding time videos, they're the lowest they've ever been, and not being distributed out, and it's not good with that. But I'm working with a company who I might sign with for YouTube specifically, who thinks that they deal with real people there, who thinks that they may be able to possibly help, and it will be a short-term deal if they can't with that. So, but they think they can, so that may be able to help out on that end. So we'll have to wait and see. As far as Twitter, X, I think my personal opinion is I believe there's one of two things: either Elon and them with the partnership with WWE, or WWE has people at X or Twitter still there that are able to still do what they are doing, or what I think is possibly going on, but it's a very odd is I think that they can't figure out, they know there's all this restrictive coding and they know their problems, but I think from a legal standpoint, they're terrified of admitting exactly everything going on with specific accounts, which is not right. I think they need to be transparent. They're the ones that bought it with this. And, and I think I'm going to continue to be patient and hopeful that they are going to improve this. I think that it sucks that they ignore it, because this has hurt for me for over 7.5 years. The good thing is I was restricted for years with no, like, legit restricted, couldn't advertise nothing. They took that away. They wouldn't tell me that I was what I was restricted for because I had no violations. I should not have been restricted to begin with. They did allow me to add subscribers, which they denied me for that forever. And they've approved me. So like I get revenue from subscribers and the ad revenue, which they just sent the first payment over, which isn't anything. It's nothing yet. But it just started. But if my views start coming up, that will turn into a nice extra revenue stream on there. So I go, you know what? Let's just hopefully, I got to stay on them. But I don't know what the deal is with all of it, and we'll have to wait and see. There have been no more phone calls from the WWE. I've got 9 missed calls in total, I believe. Called it back a couple times, and it went to voicemail. The WWE office called, didn't go to anything. It's the WWE office with that. So that's the only one that I know was a real number. The other one traces back to Linda McMahon. Don't know who the hell, it could be fake. That could be, but it's very odd that the WWE office one was the first call with that. And like I said, I will have that conversation because I'm going to say what I want to say on some things. So if you're listening out there, because I know you guys do watch a lot of everything out there, you should probably be professional, leave a voicemail or answer when the person calls you back with that, instead of calling like a fucking psycho over and over and over and over again while I'm not with my phone. So yeah. Okay, moving on. Hello. Let's get going. Let's take some calls on the show today. Let me see here. Where are we going to start? Bring Autumn in, see if Autumn's able to come on for a moment. I never talked to the Ultimate Warrior. No. Hello, Autumn. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. I didn't think I'd get on today.
Well, welcome. What's on your mind?
Oh, not much. I just actually had a private lesson with my martial arts instructor, and it went really, really well.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, so I now can figure in the kicks, but I wasn't getting it. But when he broke it down really slow, it helped. So yeah, and I just thought I'd let you know that, like, my nurses are asking about you, and they're like, how's he doing, and this, that, and the other. So I just told him, I was like, I haven't been on in a while. So
I gotta say, and this is an odd thing, I've always gotten along very well with nurses over the years. I've dated a few nurses, and I can tell you, nurses, even when I all about my stem cell procedures and the multiple surgeries over the years, I tell you, and don't get me wrong, it's almost like, I guess outside of dating a few nurses, but I can tell nurses love veins. That I like on the arm veins. So every time I'm in there and they get giddy over the arm veins in the forearm. Is that, can you verify that is as a nurse thing?
No, sometimes girls just like nice forearms.
Yeah, but like when they have to put like for the IV in, they always get like really like their eyes light up. I can't. Like you'd have to be there to see it.
I call them vampires when they do that. They just like to, yeah.
Yeah, they go crazy. I'm telling you, but nurses are always very nice, but they're paid to be very nice as well. It's like a guy like thinking a waitress is flirting with him, but that's her job to like smile and be nice to you as well. So.
Not true. These nurses, they don't have to put I made a corner for you, like with your pictures up everywhere. They didn't have to let me.
Is that kind of like a shrine?
Not a shrine. It's a corner, and I just put some pictures up. and they think it's hysterically funny.
Autumn, I feel like this is kind of you've set up a shrine of the big guy Ryback at the hospital.
Yes.
Are there candles too?
No candles, just pictures. That's it.
Okay.
3 pictures.
Are they all wrestling pictures, or like me in different elements, like in a suit and one, or like what's the deal?
They're I actually retweeted them on my profile, but they're just pictures I found online.
Wow, I want to see this. I've never actually talked to somebody that had a shrine of me, other than the stalker.
Oh no, hey, you're not the only one that I have items from.
I don't think this is helping your case any, Autumn. This is.
No, I'm not a stalker. I respect people's privacy and stuff.
No, I know. I understand. I'm joking. I know what you mean. We just have some photos up but I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, I know. I support my favorites. Actually, I'm wearing a heel shirt today. My blue shirt, my sky blue shirt.
Very nice. Well, I'm glad your class went well and everything is going good. You sound happy, and I like that.
Yes, and I actually got into college. So my mom, back in, I had to take out for medical purposes. And I've just been waiting to graduate. You know, I'm in my 30s now, so it's like I'm 14 classes away from getting my bachelor's. So, and he said by next fall I can graduate and be done.
That is fantastic. Congratulations on that. It's never too late to be who you should be.
Oh, no. And my mom has promised to do something really good every 8 weeks for me, just so that I stay motivated in class, because about 16 weeks, doing online papers makes me want to break the computer. So she's promised different things. Like she's trying to find cameos, just whatever can motivate me to finish strong.
You got to get your mom to find a never before seen Ryback photo for the shrine. That would be.
I don't know. Mama Bear's pretty good at stuff like that. She actually was disappointed you didn't call on us on Friday because she was off.
Good
I don't
deal.
know what she would have said though. Really, to be honest, she's a loose cannon. She thinks she's funny. So.
Well, good deal. Well, Autumn, thank you for the update, and I always appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of the day and keep going.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Good deal. Autumn, thank you very much. Somebody says, dude, CM Punk has buried you hard in the past, man. Man up and call him out for a shoot. You would be able to belt him. Brother, it's 2023, and you're over here in the Ryback show bringing up something that is completely irrelevant to anything going on right now. I tell you, it's so easy to spot the losers. You know, here's what I'm going to do with you also, brother. I'm literally telling you, I gave you the big boot. I've already meat hooked you. We're just going to load you up for a shell shock. I'm going to march around the ring 17 times with you to really show people how much I have control over you, your weak little body, your mark little weak body, and shell shock. You're gone. You're out of Rybackville forever, and go home. Go touch grass. Go eat a piece of fruit, maybe some blueberries, get some antioxidants. Go eat a few bananas. Just shove them all the way down your mouth. Get that potassium and the feel good. What's the thing? The ingredient in it, the tryptophan that helps. It increases your mood. Maybe eat 3, 4, 5 bananas. Get yourself on that positive, happy, feel good, mindset, and go take a walk around the block or something, pal. Tell you, some of you guys just have nothing better to do. Shawnee, we're going to get to Shawnee next. We're going to take one other caller right before John Cena we have here. John Cena coming on the Ryback show. John, welcome. John, are you there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Over here I am. What are you doing?
I'm just doing the Ryback show. What are you doing?
Working.
What do you do?
Working with the machine. Working.
Are you allowed to say what you do for work? Is it a legal job or is it something illegal?
Yeah, legal.
Oh, legal. Oh, where do you live?
El Salvador, and you?
El Salvador.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Las Vegas myself.
On Las Vegas. Oh, that's cool.
Very good. What's on your mind today? Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You have a be safe over there, bud. Guys, if you want to call in, you just prefer you have something to say, but that was worth it. I'm glad I took that actually. We're gonna bring Shawnee on, guys. We're starting off hot today. Shawnee was always the one to come in after a bombed phone call. Shawnee, what's going on today? Uh-oh, the connecting. Twitter's Dex is doing it again to us. Why won't they let Shawnee? Where are you at? What drive-through are you going through right now where the Wi-Fi isn't good? This is some shady White Castle in Long Island. Ah, come on. Really wanted Shawnee to come up. Oh, I'm gonna remove Shawnee and try. Shawnee, try to come back on. Or if you have to do the hit request again, or you're still in here. We'll bring on Dave for a question, and we'll come back to Shawnee. That Shawnee maybe has to drive a little further down the block, or he's out protesting for that Goldberg match still. Dave, welcome to the Ryback Show.
Ryback, you might have to come back to me. How's my Wi-Fi?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, how's it going today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I wasn't expecting to get the call because I thought Shawnee was about to pop on. That's why I was driving. I was going to park. But since Shawnee's having some technical difficulties.
I see he's back on his other account. You want me to wait and bring you back on after you get pulled over?
Well, if the audio's bad, I just got a quick little story.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was eating some lunch the other day at the table, the dinner table, and my wife walked by, and she hates wrestling. And and of course, while I was eating, I was watching you eat on your eating videos, and you were getting a little naughty with the voodoo sauce. And she started cracking up. She's like, "Who the heck is that?" I'm like, "This is Ryback. He's a wrestler." And she's like, "Wow, he actually has personality."
Ah, that's good.
So
Got to try to appeal to all audiences with this.
Right. But anyways, that's all I had today, man. I'll let you get to Shawnee. Thanks for picking up my call.
Well, tell your wife I said thank you very much, brother, and you be safe, all right?
All right, brother.
Bye-bye.
Next time.
I don't know if I wanted her first experience of meeting me, of doing the being naughty with the voodoo sauce, but I mean, I'll take a fan any way I can get here during this suppression. Naughty with the voodoo sauce. Somebody in the I'm always getting naughty with that and the garlic butter sauce on my feeding time. All right, let's go. We got Shawnee on the backup account. Let's see if
Big guy, I swear they don't want us to talk, big guy.
They know. I'm telling you.
Bro, it is crazy. I swear to God, it is crazy. Like, if this isn't a witness to what goes on, like, that's insane.
I don't understand how are you on the same place that you just were with your other account?
Yeah, bro. I'm working. I work at home.
Yeah, that's like, man, it makes no sense because that's what's happened before. It won't let you on.
It's insane. It happened like 4 or 5 times now in like 3 weeks. Like, bro, that wasn't John Cena. That was Juan Cena.
How do you say you can't see me in Spanish? Hold on, somebody in the chat. Somebody please Google this. How do you say you can't see me in Spanish?
I'll Google it. Hold on.
I wish I would have. I'll bring him back on just to say that to him in Spanish.
No puedes verme.
No puedes?
No puedes with a D.
Yep.
No puedes verme.
No puedes verde?
Verme with an M.
No puedes verme.
Yeah, no puedes verme.
No puedes verde. No puedes verde.
You know what he sounded like, and this is all jokes. Like, don't take this seriously. But you know that meme, the video where he's like George,
Yes.
the contract, Mr. George.
Oh my God! I didn't know what. I appreciate that he just called in. He called in. He didn't have anything really to say, but he was in El Salvador, and I'm glad he has a legal job. That's all I'm gonna.
El Salvador is a beautiful country.
Oh yeah.
Country.
I don't think I've ever been there, but I've been to many places. But
yeah, man. And big guy, when you said I know nurses like the veins, I know what veins you're talking about, big guy. And it ain't the forearm, big guy.
No, I've known.
Nurses and teachers are the two most promiscuous.
Yes, nurses. I've gone out over the years. I've got a hell of a story. There was one nurse, and lovely woman, and but there were some real issues going on. There was and I'm not even it involved.
I know you're not joking.
It involved, and I got to be careful. I'm on TikTok, but it involved during specific things, her getting flashbacks and having to suck on her thumb like a baby and like make weird little baby noises. And I had to ask some questions afterwards, and I regretted it. But she loved people and helping people, but like it is crazy. It's almost like women that go into the adult acting. Like it depends. Yes. Their backgrounds can lead, what happens early in life can lead them to
what their occupation.
Yes, and
absolutely.
But there's a outside of that, and there's a common thing with I'm telling you, like they love forearm veins. Whether you're going to give blood or in the hospital and you got to put the IV, they all light up from young to old.
They hate me, big guy. I'm like the opposite of you, bro. They literally, my arms, I really have big forearms, and it's not like fat. It's like it is a lot of muscle. And bro, they couldn't see a vein if they had a microscope on my arms.
Shawnee, they've got to give you the arm pump to squeeze, and they leave you in there for 30 minutes. They crank the heat up to high, and then they strap 7 of those armbands all over your arm.
I was gonna say, bro, one time they had 4 armbands on my arm. I'm like, bro, my arm is about to get decapitated. Like, what the hell? Yo, they had to stick me. I was in a hospital in 2008. I ate bad. I eat bad shellfish. Believe it or not, I had these. Like I read, I don't know. I was so dumb, man. I was young and I was smoking weed and I was hungry. So I went to the freezer and I put clams. Like it said microwavable on it. So I'm like, oh, microwavable. So
who buys microwavable clams?
I know. I'm like, what the hell, right? So I'm like, what the hell? So I put it in the microwave. I eat it, right? A couple months later, I didn't even think about it, right? Like my stomach is like in knots. Like I ate like something that was pretty oily, and I'm like, oh my God, this really hurts. So like for a year, I went to the doctors, and they're like, oh, you're fine. You just have like gastro pain or swelling. Like you're fine. It'll go away. Here's antibiotics, right? So I did that for a year. I was in pain every day. I swear to God, every day. And finally, one night, I was coming home. I worked at a group home. Before I started doing mortgages, my first job out of high school, I worked with elderly Down syndrome adults in a group home, and I took care of them for 8 years. You live in the house with them, and you cook for them, you clean, like you do their laundry, their medication. So one of the guys, he was like the best cook. He made like this awesome meal, and I ate it, and it was very oily. And that night, I'm a very high pain tolerance guy, and I was in the most pain I've ever been in my life. It felt like I was getting stabbed in my stomach like a million times, and I went to the hospital. the nurse jammed a shot into my shoulder because I was in so much pain. And then I started to feel better. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to sign myself out. I was exhausted. I just came off of a 36-hour shift, like legitimately. And I'm like, oh, I got to go home. And they're like, don't sign yourself out, Sean. Like, this is something serious. And I'm like, I got to go sleep. And I was so stupid. I felt better because the pain medication. I go home. I go to lay down. I sleep for an hour. All of a sudden, I wake up and it's 10 times worse than what it was before.
Oh, no.
I call my dad. It's 3 a.m. I'm in Coney Island. My dad's in Bay Ridge, which is like a 20-minute drive. I was going 115 at 3 a.m.
Oh, my God.
I got there in like 7 minutes. Thank God no cops saw me because I wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
I pick up my dad. My dad gets in, drives me. I go, they're asking, I get to the hospital, I run in, they ask me for all my information, and I'm like, can you not, I'm a very nice guy, like I have the patience of a saint usually.
You were suffering, though, yeah.
I was like, oh, why are you asking me for these documents? Like, I'm in so much pain right now. And I started, like, projectile vomiting because I had a blockage. So they had to put a tube through my nose in my stomach to suck out all the food. And it ends up, I was sick for the whole year, and bad bacteria was building up in my stomach for a year, and I ended up getting a blockage, and they didn't have to do surgery or anything, but they had to, like, I didn't eat for like 2 weeks. I lost like 60 pounds. It wasn't a healthy way to lose weight, obviously. But yeah, and that was all because I thought, because I got high, because I was hungry and I microwaved clams.
Those microwave clams there was something in them that caused bacteria to start building up in your intestines.
Yes, because the doctor said they're the dirtiest fish in the ocean, one of them, because they're on the floor.
Oh my God.
Yes, so like if anybody out there like eats clams, you got to make sure they're well cooked.
I got to tell you, Shawnee, though, you are a stickler for giving details in your stories. I don't know what I would have done. I'm glad I appreciate though learning that you worked with people with Down syndrome. I like there was so many details in this. You were meant for podcasting though, because this was better than the biography one, because actually it all did make sense. Like you were just giving details specifically along the way, and it didn't but like
you Shawnee me today with the meme. I was dying laughing.
Bro, I made that really quick right before I was ready to go on. I go, I switched because I see that image is starting to take off with people online.
Yes.
And so I go, I'm going to throw his face on it real quick in a really horrible editing job.
Bro, everybody in the Major Pod group is going crazy over it. They're going nuts. I'll send you screenshots later, but they're going nuts. They're like, oh my God, Ryback Shawnee.
I do that all the time, though. I'm big on that, like a funny. That's like I always like appreciate edits. A good laugh.
Yeah. It's so funny, man. Just the joy you can get out of just editing one simple picture is hysterical.
I don't even care how horrible it looks. Like I just know I get the point. I laugh, so I'm like, oh, this is funny, and I share it. And that's like there'll be one person that goes, oh, that's such a horrible editing job, and I'm just like, I don't care what you think. I already laughed. I'm done. I'm already done, and I've moved on.
That's part of the funniness is the bad editing.
Exactly. They just don't get it. I'm like, this isn't being done to be like, I'm not trying to win like a graphics award for the year.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not trying to win best Adobe
Photoshop Man of the Year.
Like, big guy, happy birthday to your mother.
Thank you. Yeah, she's 65 years old today. She's
wow,
yeah,
that's amazing, man.
She's doing great, man. So
you are the perfect mix between your mom and your dad, big guy. You have your mom's eyes and facial features, and you have your dad's ears and nose.
Yeah, that's a very good assessment. I also have my dad's forehead. My dad has
I did. Yeah.
I've got my dad's forehead as well, but it's a good mix. I always feel
you're the perfect mix between them. It's kind of crazy. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like
I do. At least it's funny though. When I was a kid, I used to always say I was adopted. I'm sure all of us did that when we got angry at our parents. But I think it's pretty evident that I wasn't adopted. You don't love me. I'm adopted. And then go run out of the house and go like play down the street for a few hours, and then come back when I'm hungry and like I'm sorry.
Bro, I mean, if you have a sibling and you weren't told that you were adopted, like you weren't living life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's me and my sister used to blackmail each other all the time too. My sister, I caught her, no joke. So this was, I had my Eagles starters jacket because the those starter jackets were all the thing, big deal.
I had the Charlotte Hornets one.
Brother, I had to go to Ross. They only had an Eagles one in my size. So my mom, I was like, I guess I like the Eagles. And like, but it was at least I had the starters jacket. So, I was because so
you were official when you walked in.
you wouldn't be able to show your face in school if you didn't have one. Otherwise, you got picked on. No, but my sister, she started smoking the green in one of the years in high school. And I used to keep in my room, I used to keep my adult VHS tapes in my starter jacket in the closet, in the little pouch, the hide it, the little pouch in there. Yeah. So that was my go-to hiding spot. But my sister, like our bedrooms are right next to each other, and we're always looking to one up each other and like get the best of each other. I remember I like found out she was smoking, and I'm Mr. Athlete, and like that's like the worst thing in the world at the time. And like, and I go, I'm telling mom and dad on you. And then Shawnee, she stormed in my bedroom. I go, where are you going? And she goes right into my bedroom. She opens the closet doors and she rips open the drawers and she grabs the jacket and she opens it up and she grabs the tape. She goes, you tell mom and dad. She goes, I'm telling them about your little habit that you like to watch. And I sat there and like we had like a stalemate. And I just said, fine. And like, smoke your weed. She got me though. She got me. I never told on her for that. I never told on her until later. I got rid of the tapes at some point. Then I told on her, and then I didn't. And then she got in trouble. But I didn't have the tapes anymore. So I did get the last laugh eventually. But I made sure I got the mileage out of those tapes.
Bro, you're better than me, man. So my brother's 9 years older than me, and he's gay now. But when I was growing up, like he didn't come out until he was like 22, and I was like 13. And my brother used to smash like girls like nothing, man. Like he's he's still handsome, like, and girls love him. But of course he's gay and he doesn't use it, But like literally, he would have porn like in his drawer and stuff. So I would sneak when he was away because we shared a room, and he would bring girls like his girlfriend and stuff like to our room, and we were in bunk beds. I was in the top, he was in the bottom. So I would be like 10-year-old Shawnee hearing them. Like,
I don't know if I would use the word top and bottom in this story, but keep going. I'm a little concerned on where this story is going now, Shawnee.
No, it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
And whatever. So I looked up to him because I was like, oh man, this is my older brother. Like he's bringing tens, like every week. And so he had like this little batch of porn or whatever. So one day I go. And and it's not there. It's like they've been removed, And all of a sudden he comes in and he's like, you forgot to rewind it where I left it I was so embarrassed, man. I was like, oh my God, Big guy, what? I have a question.
Hold on, but I got one more story before on the same topic. Me and my sister, we're in my dad. My parents have been divorced forever now, but it's the.
Are they friends, big guy?
My dad lives just not far, but I mean everyone's civil. We're all can
Awesome. That's
the
great.
but me and my sister were up watching like morning cartoons, and my dad was a bartender, and he would get off like late at night and like early in the morning, like 2, 3 a.m. you know, we'd be in bed. And sometimes I'd wake up and come hang out with him in the living room. There was one morning where we were like lying in front of the TV and at our old childhood house and watching cartoons or watching something. And like my sister and me, like when you're kids, you just find everything because it's like there's no hiding spots in the house. Like, and it wasn't like it was a normal, like regular, you know, house. And
you're 100% right. You're curious.
Yeah, like if you see it, you know, like so we're sitting there like under the TV stand. There was like a small little gap under the TV stand, but like you really like the sun was shining just perfect to where we could see under it just enough from where we were lying face first, like our stomachs on the ground. And we're like, what's that? And like, it was a VHS tape. And me and my sister goes, oh, what's this? And we the VCR is right there. And we put it in. And this is like before the internet and everything. And like, it wasn't any of our films. And it wasn't A Tale Before Time or anything, another DuckTales movie. And my parents are sleeping. Yeah, wasn't Macho. It wasn't Hogan Warrior. So me and my sister, we take the tape. We go, oh my God, we got to go show mom and dad. We found we don't know whose this is. We're not even thinking. Oh my God, we run in the room and wake my parents up. Mom, Dad, there's this tape. You won't believe it. My dad popped out of bed so fast, Shawnee, with it. Oh my God. My parents, they fought all day. They were fighting. We were outside playing with the kids. We had to stay outside for like 6 hours.
Yep. Oh man, that is hysterical.
But oh, my poor dad. I just imagine like as like, oh, the joys of having kids, of just like your kids ratting you out and not even knowing they're ratting you out. Jesus. Sorry, Dad.
We had the big guy. You remember the hot box? Did you guys have the hot box? Like where you could press a switch in the back, and if you had to know somebody at the cable company, and they like my dad called his friend over, and you would switch. Like there was a black switch in the back, and when you switched it up, you got the Spice Channel, and and we had it, and we would get like pay-per-views for free too. Like I would watch wrestling pay-per-views for no money, and it was called the Hot Box, and they finally got like with it, and they realized that this was happening, and you know they got rid of it, but like that's how I would sneak and go watch it, you know, like.
Well, I remember the channels being all scrambled and like being in my room and trying to watch the scrambled and like occasionally seeing a little areola, and you're like, oh my God. People will never understand. Like, yeah, can you imagine? Like, I can't even imagine like kids like these days having. Can you imagine being a kid and having the technology of like, gee, I can't even. Like we had it so the kids before us didn't even have that stuff. So like we were corrupt to them, but like now it's like the floodgates. If like you're a kid and have a phone and parents don't have safeguards. But even then, it's like there's no way
even
to
with
like
the safeguards, bro. Like I was talking to my wife about that, and I'm like, these kids, like I forgot what we were talking. We were talking about like Santa being, you know, whatever, and like him, you know, whatever. The kids didn't know yet, right? And then we were talking about like, I hope they don't find out.
I believed in Santa till 10th grade. I'm kidding.
No way.
No, I'm joking. No, we knew pretty early on, but we grilled my mom to finally tell us when we'd been suspicious for years, and then we finally, because we didn't have that was before the internet. Like this was.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But now, like you could do a search and you know that it's not, you know, it's not real, and like it sucks because like that is the most. Like I remember finding out from like one of my friends, and it devastated me because like I really thought he was real. Like,
bro, we all did. People, it was a different time. But like we
man.
believed in Santa, the Easter Bunny. We used to do Easter egg hunts, like the Tooth Fairy. I couldn't wait to knock my teeth out to get money every like. I was tying strings around my loose teeth.
I used to pull my own teeth out.
Yeah,
I swear to God,
the moment I noticed a tooth was loose, I was my whole having my sister spray a super soaker to try to knock it loose. Like I didn't care what it, tie strings around it and like throw a ball. Like it was. That was one of the things. I would take a baseball and tie a rope around or string around the baseball and went in and throw the ball and it would rip the tooth out.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
You did that? I did the door one before, and you don't feel anything with
No,
the door.
the baseball didn't feel anything because the tooth was loose enough to where it was so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
but I mean, I'm sure there were a few that probably could have waited a few.
You are a sick man throwing a baseball,
bro. Getting a
like,
5 spot to go down to 7-Eleven the next day to get some chili cheese nachos and barbecue corn nuts and a huge Slurpee, brother. That was gold.
It was worth it.
That was worth a little blood.
I agree. I used to be so excited to see that money under the pillow, man. Like, and back then, you know, like I remember my mom coming home every day, and she would give me $2, and I would be able to get like 4 snacks and a soda, and and now you can't get anything with $2. You can't even buy a soda with $2.
That's,
you know,
the price. It's crazy how much we used to be able to get so much, but I mean, even before when you hear back the stories about like the 60s and 70s of like people being able to buy like a loaf of bread for a nickel or like 25 cents, or you're like,
yeah, it's insane.
My grocery bill, like I don't even know how, like my grocery bill for just me and obviously in the dogs like and stuff is like is pretty damn high. Like
it's outrageous.
And like that's not even factoring in like if I order out like things or something occasionally, like I don't even figure that. I'm just going by just what my grocery bill is.
Just by at the grocery store.
It's so much higher than it used to be. It's like it's great. It's scary. That's why I was like, man, I got to make sure I am set when I have, because my kids are going to be, there ain't no way I'm having kids and they're not going to be hungry. Like they're going to 100%,
man.
They'll eat me out of my, like I'll be wrestling until I'm 94 out there. Like when I'm back, just going, just doing jobs left and right, just for wrestling at every bingo hall just to feed the kids.
You'll be like Rick Flair.
Bro, it's just going to be I'm not even going to be Skip Sheffield. There'll be no everything, just whatever I can get. The silverback Ryan Reeves, the Skip Sheffield, just tough enough Ryan Reeves, whatever they book me as, just guys, pin me, pay me, let me feed my kids.
Good guy. Isn't it crazy? It just came up when we were talking about the prices. Number one, it takes about I'm telling you, a family of 4. It takes about $300 a week at least to feed your family.
Bro, that's to feed. What? That's what it costs. I'm way over that to feed me.
What, bro? I'm telling you, I we go to Costco and stuff and buy bulk, so it's just a little bit cheaper. But literally one bag, if my wife has to go run to the store and get dog food or paper plates, it doesn't go under $150 just for one bag. For one bag, it's insane. It's just absolutely insane. But how come Arizona iced tea has never changed its size and its price?
It's maybe the most consistent product on the market.
It's the only thing that never lied to us as a kid.
Bro, the moment that changes, we know things are going south for good.
100%.
The aliens are showing up, the invasion is taking over, and Putin's hitting that button. That the day that Arizona teas change, when something because they have been the captain consistent from day one.
1,000%.
Even the 99-cent stores, they went up to the $1.50 store, everything, or that's just a sign, and some things are that
everything 99 cents and under, in this one section.
Bro, it's just at times, man. It's I tell you,
inflation is real, man. It really is. It really is.
Where do you think we are in the next? I think about this all the time. The way, because all the kids with technology too, every generation, this stuff is the people that we see with kind of common sense and sarcasm is being lost. Those people have had kids, and these kids are going to have kids, and the technology and the AI and everything is advancing. It's I don't know, and everything too is we have the ability to learn more than ever, and some people are smarter than ever. But also more people are dumber than ever as well, because they're so distracted and not learning the way that, so it's just scary, where we're going to be with everything. And
where do you think we're going to be, big guy? Me personally, I think that and I don't care. I'm in the middle. My dad's a conservative. My brother is a liberal. I'm in the middle. But I feel like we need a Republican president to get the economy back in order. It's just we've seen what happened the last 4 years, and
it's been a mess.
nothing good has come out of it, and people that even voted for the guy have regrets now. And you know, I don't care if you like him or hate him. Like,
I don't see how you can like him.
so
He's done
many
nothing good for anybody. Like, there's,
I mean, Donald Trump, brother. Like, he's done so much good for this
bro.
country.
Everything was so much better when he was in office.
So
as
much better.
as a business
So
owner,
much better.
those were my best years. Like this guy,
Yes,
like it
me
is.
too.
My costs have gone up. Everything, like
Yeah.
I've been impacted so greatly for the first time in my life by like what has taken place. And this guy, like, it's not good. But I'm just talking
terrible.
to like, but like I'm hearing stories like, you know, and so, you know, with artificial intelligence, like now there's McDonald's that have now gone fully machine, where there's like no humans other than like just to kind of oversee. But like where everything is all AI with everything, and like for the most part, like this stuff is happening. So like I see.
You think we're gonna be like, people are gonna be out of jobs?
Yeah,
and AI
because what's happening is because everybody in a with the way that capitalism works here in these big businesses, they're going to do everything they can to save money. Now, of course, there'll be the rare company that will put human lives first, but like we're so flawed with this, and we have so many things with us. Like, if you don't think that they're going to convert to AI at some point to save money and to save problems, and you don't have to like have other benefit, like you just have to put upfront costs for the machines, but you make your money back so much quicker. Humans are gonna continue to be replaced. There's no doubt. It's true. We already have the cabs here in Vegas, the AI cabs that are like the literally look like from Total Recall, little black cab.
What do you mean? They're driving?
Yes, we have
without
AI
a
cabs in
driver?
Vegas now driving. I just read the story a couple weeks ago.
Oh my
So
God!
they don't go as.
If I see a car driving with no people in it, I will literally,
bro. But it's happening. But it's gonna continue. So it's like you already see, like Elon, like now they're like paying like people and like everyone, like I like more girls than ever on OnlyFans to make money. I knew women that used to work normal jobs that couldn't, whatever happened during the pandemic. Now they're just like the OF. Like but like, and then there's men too. That goes for men. There's men that have gone that route because just to pay their bills.
Men too that do it.
It's we're turning in like social media, and like you get paid for this stuff you're supposed to anyways. Where like there are ways to make money in other ways, but it's like a lot of people aren't going to be able to. I don't know. It's just crazy.
I agree. Did you see those new? I saw like a video of like people like messing with them. They're like delivery.
Flipping them over. Yeah,
and they've been flipping them over, and I'm like, listen, I don't agree with that, but like these things are taking people's jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, delivery people that do Uber and stuff like that, like they get paid less than they should already. You know, and then now you have these little robots, like, you know, like, come on, man. It's
but that they're going to do this
know?
Like with the cars, and like, because you know what the big topic is, everyone already thought like, oh, we're going to have flying cars. And but the thing is, and the people that the argument people make, they're like, we can't even function with driving cars now. Like we're not capable. But we're not going to be the ones flying the cars. It's going to be AI operated.
It's going to be automatic.
And I already so it's the only way it would work. And but like even that though, the risk are just like they're like. Can you just imagine like because there's going to be errors and mistakes on that. If there's a malfunction and a wreck in the sky, now you're dealing with people like houses, people like that. But like. That's where we're heading, I feel like, with everything.
Liability, Big guy, imagine me flying above your house
bro,
in a flying car.
we've got people like the stalker out there in flying cars. Like
that's true. I'm just joking about it, but you're right.
That wouldn't.
You're right.
You wouldn't be. It'll never be a thing. Like with the way the society is, we can't even. I feel like even. But that's going to be the argument with phones and everything, and like driving's more dangerous than ever now. It's going to be like, well, AI is safer than humans on phones driving, and it's like it probably will be at some point when the technology is like. But like we're gonna like
all it takes is a malfunction or a country to hack into these. Like if everything is ran by computers and these hackers, and trust me, they're out there. You know, like these hackers are no joke. Like they could get into these systems and take over everything. I mean, like, why would you want that?
But that's what like. That's the whole Terminator Skynet deal. Like, it's the thing. Yeah. But like, too, the longer we keep making things easier and taking away responsibilities for people, like it just makes we get dumbed down more and more and more and more. It's just I don't. But time.
Speaking of that, big guy, I think those calls that called you from the McMahon number.
Yeah.
I think they shadow called you. I think it might have been the stalker. I think that like. I don't know if he has your number or not, but like,
yeah, I don't know.
I know that there's technology because I see people prank call people,
yeah,
and it comes up as the number in their phone. There's a way to do it.
That's what I was gonna. That was why the WWE one with the office calling before. I was gonna say, well, somebody did 2 years ago. There was a thing with Vince. It was a fake one.
Yeah,
with that.
It definitely is.
But this one doesn't come up with. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why I looked at it. It's very suspicious. I even said right away, I go, this is very well could be a prank with all of that.
That's why I just wanted to mention
but the WWE office, like, how do they? Are they able to do that where they could take that number and they can call where
any number.
Yeah.
I could call you right now and make it look like it's from the FBI headquarters.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what these scammers do in India. Like, they make it seem like they're from like a Verizon or blah blah blah. And then when you get that phone call, you're like, oh, Verizon's calling me. So then you instantly trust them.
Yeah.
So it's called like shadow calling or something.
Yeah. It's very possible. That would not put it past that one bit for that.
Yeah, yeah. But
that would explain.
One question before I go. Since it's your mom's birthday, what is your favorite memory of you and your mom that you recall? It could be any memory.
Oh man, favorite memory of me, my mom.
Like when you first started in WWE and you came out, like was she there? Like
she's been to shows on that. I'm trying to think of something specific that would be, because like I would see her because she didn't live here forever. She moved in. I moved her in here in 2000.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, she lived elsewhere.
Yeah. So she was living back home, and it was 2014. I moved her here, and when I had my home, 2015 maybe. Sorry, right around.
Got it.
I moved in, I think, in 2014, but I had the apartment suite attached to the house for her and got it all ready for her.
Oh, you got the mother-daughter.
Yeah, yep. With its own entry and everything. So
in this case, mother-son, but they call it mother-daughter. Probably like, why is he calling it mother-daughter?
No, I don't. I already knew what you meant. They have all the. They call them casitas. They call them Gen X suites. They call it the mother-in-law suite. Like it's.
Yep,
I'm like, no, it's the mother suite. The man, I have just good memories of. She's always been great with the childhood, like the birthdays and Christmases and holidays. She was very, very, very good mom. Like, make sure like. We got really good Christmas because we just a regular middle income family.
Class family.
Yep. And but we always like if I wanted a new baseball bat, they would always make sure we got like what we wanted, essentially within reason.
Yes.
Like I didn't. Yes. Me and my sister never asked for anything too ridiculous, but like she was my dad would be a little angrier sometimes because obviously they both worked, but like he's as far as like cost of things, sometimes my mom would want to make sure that we had like very happy, childhood, like as far as like for special occasions and birthdays and Christmases.
Yes.
And sometimes my dad would get a little angry, like if she knew like she got a few expensive gifts or something, but she
went over a little bit.
Yeah, on his credit card probably, but
Yeah.
But it was we always had like really. I remember we like Easter egg things. Like she'd get up early and she did all that, and like she really good childhood, man, with everything.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Good memories of like I remember getting my new baseball bats. Like I remember when I got the bat the one I sent you. Even like I remember like even getting older and stuff. They still got us like cool gifts and like
that's amazing,
not all
bro.
People are able to like where she didn't mind even if it was like we probably shouldn't spend quite that, but like it was to make sure we had a good childhood. So.
And the weird thing, big guy, when you sent me that bat, I almost crapped myself because that same bat, the TPX bat, so you guys that don't know, Big Guy sent me a picture of his old baseball bat, and I had the same bat that was gifted to me from one of my sister's boyfriends. I was about 11 years old, because you're older than me, Big Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 34. So so he gifted it to me. He was a high school baseball player, and I was in Little League, and it was a big bat. I couldn't use it, but I always kept it. And when I got older, I always used it for in like travel games and stuff like that. So his name was Steve Inacelli. I'll never forget it. He gave me his jersey, his high school jersey, and that bat at the same time. And when you sent me that bat, Big Guy, I literally had the chills go through my arm. Like, I couldn't even explain it. Like, it's so weird, bro. It is so weird.
Yeah, I used to love the red line bats as well. Do you remember the red line ones?
Yes, I remember the red line. Yeah,
but those would break. I had a couple of those break on me though. I think the carbon in those, whatever they would, like, if you in cold weather, something, the bat would, like, it would crack if you didn't hit it on the sweet spot. Like there was like something with them, that carbon fiber, but it was, man.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I see. If it hit the wrong spot or something,
yeah,
it would dud the bat. Yeah.
But those high school bats, they always were coming out with, like, I haven't even kept up with any of that since I've been out.
Well, now, like I told you, when I got to high school, by my junior year, when I was playing my senior year, they had changed to wood. So I end up using. I always love wood bats anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a true hitter, you can hit with a wood bat.
True.
You know.
Yep.
So I always used wood bats when I could, and I used a bamboo bat because the bamboo would just chip; it wouldn't break. So I wouldn't have any broken bats. But it would be little chips that would go, and I used a 34 bat, so I used a pretty big bat.
That's what I used, yeah.
Yeah, I love the long bats, man.
I was a 33, 34, and I eventually stayed with a 34.
Yeah, the 34s felt more comfortable to me because I could back up in the box a little bit when I wanted to. And I love Jim Tomey. I don't know if you know Jim Tomey.
From the Indians, I do.
Yeah. Jim Tomey was like my favorite.
I used to love him and Albert Bell, man, when I was younger.
Yeah, Albert Bell was amazing too. And Jim Tomey would always keep his front foot out. So that's how that was my batting stance. So when you have that right foot out, I'm a lefty hitter. I throw righty. When you have, as a lefty, your right foot, like, I would have it out and in front. So it would give me that length that I needed with the 34, to hit opposite way.
And I feel like too, like, man, everybody I grew up watching, like Piazza and McGuire and like Sosa, like, there was a period though, like, when I got into wrestling and I stopped watching baseball for quite a while with everything. And it's like, but even today, like, I still feel like, because that was like the last period, I'll still watch a game here and there. And I don't watch it nowhere near like I used to.
Same here.
But like, it's crazy to me. Like, I just saw a picture of Sammy Sosa the other day. And
my God.
He's like, it looks like he's sat in bleach for 10 years.
Bro,
and like,
it's so scary to see him. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is the Sammy that did the hops and hit the home runs. Like,
but like, he looks nothing. He's had so many, and I don't know if does he have vertigo or not vertigo? It's something.
No, I don't think he has that. I think he really just bleached his skin because he was insecure with the darkness of his skin, which is such a shame.
But he's like, also like, not, you could tell like he put on a little bit of weight too. He's not probably like into the weight training like he was. Like, he's not as like lean and like, obviously
I saw that same picture, brother, and I was like, damn, this is the same guy.
That's Samuel Sosa. Samuel Sosa Pito.
Oh man, Big Guy, thanks for the great conversation as always, man. And I can't wait to listen to the rest of the show. And I hope you have the great rest of your day. All right.
You too, buddy. Thank you for calling. And as always,
man.
You take care.
Later.
Good deal. Thank you, Shawnee. Oh man. Oh, nothing but laughs. Thank you, buddy. I love it. Someone says, do you think Chris Benoit and his family was murdered like Hornswoggle believes? Hornswoggle and a few others think WWE helped cover it up and sweep it under the rug. I'm not directly involved, and I wasn't out with the company during that time. You know, I could just tell you that what I know is what's gone on with my social media and what they're doing with that, the evil that exists within those walls. Nothing shocks me. And I've said, I think there's other things going on. And I think this FBI stuff is going to be very, very telling at some point in time with what all that once you start looking into somebody like that, nobody's perfect as far as covering stuff up. And clearly he wasn't perfect covering a lot of things up. So we'll see. That's why I say the truth always wins. I'm not backing down because I know the truth and I know who I am and I know what's going on with it. And you guys are going to see eventually. You will with it. And I have no fear. And the truth is going to win. And you know, I'm not involved in that situation. Nothing shocks me. I've heard things with Owen. I've heard enough things where nothing will shock me that will come out against him if it does. Okay. Bring on a new caller here. Bring on Chew. I've seen Chew waiting. New caller. Welcome to the Ryback Show.
Hello. Hey, Ryback, what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing today?
Good, good. I just want to let you know I've been a big fan since you first came out, man.
Thank you so much, brother. I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just mad excited to be on the show. I didn't know I was going to be able to get on. It feels good. I just have 3 questions for you, man.
All right, let's start off. Let's go.
All right, so the first one is, I see you have this thing going on with Goldberg, you know, trying to get that match going. But me personally, I feel like a beast like you should go against another beast. So I feel like Ryback versus Brock Lesnar will be an ultimate match.
I think that'd be a great match too. I'm more interested in the story coming back, and I think there's a perfect story for a return match. So,
of course.
But that's obviously another one that would be a great that's always something I've wanted. But yeah. There has to be a good story in place for things too. There's more. It's more than just the bell to bell. You need to get up to the bell to bell, and the better that story is, the better everything is. So there's a reason why I want that Goldberg match, and it's because of the story.
100%. I 100,000% believe that you'll kick Goldberg's butt.
All right, fire it off. Number 2.
Second question. What's your take on, you know, the WWE making Roman Reigns this champ for so long, and then everybody he goes against, he just beats? Like, it's like tiring at this point, no?
It's good storytelling though, because it's eventually when he gets beat, it's going to be a big moment. So.
Yeah, like me personally, 100% I agree with you. It's a great story, and I feel like the way the story should like gravitate towards would be like next WrestleMania, Roman Reigns going against The Rock, you know, like something like that. You know, family ties.
That could be what they're building to, and we'll have to wait and see. But they're doing a good job of keeping him a heel and having him get victories with help, and people are going to want to see him lose that title. And even anybody who says it's getting old or whatnot, the story is getting more and more interesting, I feel like, to see where it's going to go. And the main thing is people are tuning in and watching. And so it's going to happen eventually. I'm telling you, when this is over, this is a great storyline. So if not one of the all-time great storylines, long term, for it to be as good as it has, as long as it has, it is very difficult to do. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I growing up, I was a big wrestling fan, like tuned in every Monday, every Friday. But like, you know, I'm 25 now, but as I got older, like, you know, just with life itself, having a kid, I really don't have enough time for myself to make sure, you know, to keep in contact with all that. But I do, for some reason, with this storyline particularly, I do every Tuesday, and every Saturday, I will go on YouTube to look up the highlights on that story itself. You know, it is very eye-catching, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Especially how it just went down with now the brothers trading each other, where Jimmy Uso came out, you know, and did what he did to Jay.
It's just getting better and better. I'm telling you, they're doing, this is very not easy to do, and they're doing a great job. Everybody that's involved is doing a great job.
Yeah, definitely. And then my last question, I just wanted to ask you, what's your personal thought on these meal prep companies? Like, I don't know if you ever heard of, there's one where I'm from Jersey. We have one called Eat Clean, bro. And I was looking into it, you know, to to actually invest into them, you know, as far as like buying meals from them to help me work out and lose weight. But what's your personal opinion on it?
There's a lot of them. So I think it could be great for people that if you live a very busy schedule, if you have the money to spend that in you want to make that investment to help yourself keep yourself on track and hit your macronutrients and get quality food in your diet. I think that some of those companies can be a really good thing. I think the best option is to meal prep. If you've got, a few hours every week to buy the food in bulk and to make it all yourself and put it in little plastic containers. It's the same thing. You do it on yourself every week. You freeze what you're not going to use for the next few days, and you cycle them in and out of the refrigerator as you need them every couple of days with that. And you can actually meal prep way cheaper than what those companies are doing. Those companies it's like the dog food. I used to buy the meal prep for the dog foods with the real food. Bro, they were charging like $200 something for like 12 days that you can make for like $40 on your own. Like it's just a matter of if you have a little bit of time and you know what you're eating and you weigh the portions out and you learn how to do it one time, you can meal prep yourself every week really quickly and cheaply. And you save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars a year doing it.
Yeah. So I definitely that's what had stopped me from doing it. As far as how much money I could save just doing it myself. So it's just about, like you said, finding the time to actually do it. You know what I mean?
But what you could do is always buy some meals for them and see what they're using, and then just like, oh, I'm just going to go buy this, and then just start doing it yourself with it. So like you could do it just to get an idea, and then like what you do is just 1 week you just go buy this stuff and see how long it's going to take you, and do it on your own one time. And like, bro, because like all you have to do too is like just use the portion sizes. If you don't want to like weigh everything out, just portion them out like the size of those meals, and they're going to be pretty similar if you use the similar foods, so.
Exactly. Yeah, because what I did was I didn't necessarily, do it go that route yet, but I was going a lot of like whole wheat, brown rice, just try to go like in a healthier way rather than white rice or things like that. But the only thing what I realized though is when you eat healthy, you get hungry and more. So like that's what I was trying to balance out now. You know what I mean?
It depends. You shouldn't if you're eating the right things. It depends what you're eating, or if you're not eating enough calories either.
Yeah, I don't think I was eating enough calories because I'll do like, for an example, I'll do like chicken with brown rice, and then that'll be a meal. But then, like an hour or two later, I'll find myself looking for a snack. Obviously a healthy snack, but still looking rather than just being full. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I also think that I had to do with coming off of eating garbage food to going healthy. My stomach had to like, I guess in a sense.
Well, it's your blood sugar. Everything is from eating all the processed foods and so it makes you get cravings much quicker. That takes a little bit of time you got to like kind of work yourself out of that. But what you should do is like when you're eating healthy, one thing that you didn't mention, like if you're doing chicken and rice or steak and rice, you need vegetables in there, man. And putting a good amount of vegetables is going to get you more fiber and more bulk, and you're going to be eating more food. I'm telling you, you're going to stay fuller longer, and you're getting more.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'll get like those frozen vegetables from like Walmart.
Yeah.
And I would like some days. What I did was I always had a green with every meal. I had a green. So like
good, yeah.
Brussels sprouts or the peas and the carrots mixed together. You know what I mean? But the only thing that was messing me up is that I never did the portion. I always just like kind of served myself.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is a good amount, but
that
I really
you need to do that to get an idea of how many calories you need per day. Because if you do that, you're just guessing, and even if you're guessing, you don't know. That's why I tell people like going onto the website, thefeedmemore.com, and looking at that BMR calculator on the homepage. It's at the bottom of my homepage, and it tells you how many calories you should be consuming per day. And it'll give you a good ballpark idea. That you got to have an idea if you don't know what you're doing really. And that's the only way you're going to start really kind of honing in on this and making improvements, or like making sure you're getting enough.
Yeah, definitely going to check it out, because the only weird thing was that, so originally I went on this health journey because, I went to the doctors and I weighed in at 265, which is unhealthy because it wasn't like muscle or anything. It was just, eating bad, And then within the first month, I lost 14 pounds. But then I continued doing what I was doing, drinking the gallon of water a day, you know, eating more healthier. But it's like I got stuck. Like I wouldn't lose any more weight.
Yeah. Well, you got to, again, it just comes down to your activity level and how many, like adjusting your calories, your carbohydrates. And like there's a lot of factors that go into that. Then when you get stuck, you got to make adjustments. But like if you don't know, if you're just kind of like just winging it, you don't know what adjustments to change or what to make. And that makes it much more difficult.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, though, for giving me some time. And I appreciate you accepting my call. Also, that dude yesterday, he was eating chips for sure. Ryback, you take care, man.
You too, brother. Thank you.
In the ring soon. God bless.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
That guy was eating chips. I'm convinced of it too. Him and his wife were in bed eating chips. He couldn't. It was just I'd never have heard the Wi-Fi sound like chips ever in my life before. Bring on a new caller, Jordan here. Hello, welcome to the Ryback Show.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, big guy?
I'm doing well, thank you. What's on your mind today?
I just want to tell you, I've been watching you since my high school years when you came into the Nexus.
Thank you.
And my question was, during that time in that company, who was your favorite person to work with, story-wise?
I enjoyed a lot of the people I worked with. It's hard to just name one person on there. I really, really had a good time wrestling the majority of people. I always get along well, you know, with me and Ziggler. I wish we actually could have worked more together. We had a little stretch though where we worked, and he was always just me and him laugh all the time. He was always fun. Rollins was always a lot of fun. But like guys I know that all of them. I'd wrestled Cody a bunch. I'd wrestled The Shield a bunch. They were always a lot of fun. Sheamus was a lot of fun. Rusev was a lot of fun. Cena was a lot of fun. Punk, the first one in the live events were pretty fun. So it just depends, the time and whatnot. But I had a great time a lot of the times up there. So.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the 2013 stuff when you was going to battle with the Shield, because not many people could take them down, but you held your own against them in a couple of battles.
Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that.
I was impressed by that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Jordan, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I appreciate you calling in.
You too, big guy. Have a nice day.
You too, bud. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good deal. Thank you. Thank you. Take a look here. Bring on Royale. And then somebody also, before I bring you on, I'm going to actually mute you for 1 second. Somebody says Brock Lesnar is a freak of nature, though he can bench press fast rep 650 pounds and squat 1,000 pounds. So that's incorrect. Brock doesn't even lift weights, according to Brock, on one of his most recent interviews. That was from Kurt Angle doing a WWE DVD, just hyping him up. That is not a feat of strength that he could do with it. He is a freak of nature, though, and he's incredibly strong with that. But oftentimes in the DVDs and things, people say things in them kind of in character. Maybe the Brock Lesnar character could do that, but I don't think there's anything officially on record of Brock benching 650 fast reps and squatting over 1,000 pounds. Moving on.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello. How are you today?
My name is Ryback. Can I do it this time?
Go ahead.
Does it sound good, man? I'm trying.
I mean, no, yeah, it depends on what version of my voice. Like, I feel like it sounds closer to me now with my voice a little bit gone.
Okay, man. Suggest some herbal tea.
That's why I'm taking the weekends off of not doing any talking on the shows. I was doing content every day. I was like, I gotta let my voice rest.
It is like that. Definitely try some tea, some warm tea, some ginger tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real quick, I had other plans to stay here a little bit longer than I really wanted to, but I'll just leave off with this, with joke of the day. I don't know if that's okay with you.
Let's do a joke of the day.
All right, brother. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What do you call a bear with no teeth? I don't know.
A gummy bear. You take care, my man, and other callers, please plan right as soon as he picks on you, you gotta pick. Come on, you gotta be quick.
Thank you very much for that. That is needed sometimes.
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, bud. Take care. Bring on Kelvin. Hello. Welcome to the Ryback Show. Victor, his PR was not 655 in the early 2000s. Jesus Christ. Some of you guys will never cease to amaze me on things. Hello, Calvin. Welcome to the Ryback Show.
I just wanted to call in and say thank you for what you've done for the wrestling business. I've been a big fan of yours for years now. I'll always remember when I was watching you in 2013 and my daughter was around 4 or 5 years old. Your music had come on and she'd suddenly sit up and start waving her arms in the air and go, me more.
Thank you very much.
I want to wish your mum an happy birthday as well. So I heard it's her birthday today, big guy.
Right, Calvin, thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate that.
That's no problem. I really do hope that you can come out on top with this whole thing with Vince McMahon and stuff and show people what he's like if he's as bad as what you've said he is.
It's going to all come out, and I believe everything's going to work out. It always does so.
That's fantastic. I'm always keeping an eye on your social channels for updates and seeing how you're doing and stuff. So I really appreciate what you do.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much, Calvin. I hope you have a great day and appreciate you calling in.
You take care, Ryback, and have a good one.
You too, bud. Thank you. Good deal. Very nice. Thank you so much. Take a look at this account. Bring on RT Gaming. Hello.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Not much. How are you today?
Good. We've talked a few times. I got a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay.
I have a quick question real quick. So I want to know who your favorite little rascal is. Is it Alfalfa? Or is it Spanky?
So I would have to go back. I'm aware of Alfalfa on it. I would have to go back and watch, man. I'm not. Geez, I haven't watched that. I'd have to go back and watch.
It's a joke because I watched the other day. You're a big Chris Farley fan.
Yeah, Chris Farley, I've loved.
Remember that it was in Tommy Boy, remember?
Tommy Boy. There's so many great movies with Chris. I've got a Beverly Hills Ninja poster of him on my right as I walk up my stairway that I see every single time and makes me smile. So
yeah, I know you said he was one of your favorites. He's one of mine too.
Yeah.
Guy's an absolute comedic genius.
Dude, everything, all the Tommy Boy, man, he just every movie he was in, the guy, all the Saturday Night Live stuff, he was, man. I used to love John Candy. I love too. John was not as funny to me as Chris, but like John that guy was just hilarious. I wish he was gone too soon.
Yeah, for sure. Black Sheep. He's wanted in Las Vegas for banging horses.
Yeah. He lived a hard life, man. He liked to party from all accounts, everything. I remember that.
For sure. So I've been on the show a few times. I remember, if you remember or not.
Yeah.
You get a lot of callers.
Yep.
So told you guys with my depression and being super overweight. Wanted to touch base again, and
you know, I hit a point where I just had enough. So I started to do this diet. Started 3 weeks ago. I weighed myself at 330 pounds.
Okay.
Today is the 3 week mark. I'm down to 307.
Wow. Great job.
Well, they say you're not supposed to lose as much weight. And I personally feel like when you're as fat, you know, I keep it honest, you know, I was just horrible. It should be a lot easier because I don't know what the daily, they say it wasn't like 2 pounds a week.
There's so many things though. I don't like to even put any of that in my, like, so clearly people can lose weight at a much faster rate, but they say like there's a certain, like, you shouldn't try to lose more than a certain amount, like whatever it is, because it can be unhealthy. But I mean, if you're eating healthy and working out hard and you're getting your calories in, but you're just have increased your physical activity, like your body can transform really rapidly. And that's kind of like, if you're feeding yourself proper nutrition, I think there's levels to all of this of like where people like starve themselves and like, you know, doing things where they're trying to really lose weight and a lot of weight in unhealthy ways. It's kind of like the MMA guys. Well, they'll go like with limited calories and saunas where they're like depleting themselves and pushing. They're losing severe amount of weight in a quick amount of time, and it can stress their body. And like, that's the kind of stuff that's like not healthy, but yeah,
because I'm trying to lose 10 a week just because I have so much that I feel like I can lose. Like, so I still eat, like I usually only eat like 2 meals a day, and then like basically I kind of do the turkey burgers, the 93.7 lean.
Very good.
I eat two of those with some rice, some vegetables. You know, dinners are usually some kind of chicken, you know, shrimp, or I'll grab Chipotle.
Yep.
You know, I don't get no sour cream and cheese crap like that. But,
good.
You know, I'll go for like a 3-4 mile walk every night. But it's one of those things where it's tough because it's like you can only eat so, like, there's only so much. Like, it's hard to eat healthy. Like, I see a lot of people talk about it. Shit's not cheap. It's expensive. And it's hard. It's very difficult.
It depends though, but it's not as expensive if you go and buy the stuff in bulk, like on things. I'm telling it really. It's not horribly expensive compared to if you're buying a bunch of processed foods. That can be very.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I used to just eat McDonald's and pizzas every day. And pizzas are like $40 now because it's not even as good.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you eating out, like me eating, if I order Chipotle, like I look at how much. Yeah, if I get 2 burritos from Chipotle, I'm like, oh my god. Like
it used to be like that. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, I used to get double chicken bowl, $9.65.
Yeah.
Now that's just like $12. And yeah, ideally, people like it's only $2-3 more. That's a lot. Like,
I think it's even more than that. Like I get like on my, if I just get 2 regular burritos, it's close to like I feel like $30.
Yeah.
On that,
well,
like
you're in Vegas too. I don't know if prices change. I'm in
yeah.
Ohio.
So yeah, it could be different on that, but they've gone up here substantially on things.
Absolutely, it's difficult and like trying to find supplements. You know, I do these, you know, Dimetize. I have stuff left over. Like this shit used to be like $50-$40. Now it's like $80.
Yeah,
and it's like everywhere. It's like inflation, like that Shawnee was talking about.
Everything. Well, that's what everything has gone up. I had to raise my prices on because my costs have gone up so much on everything. Like it's a real thing going on. It's crazy.
So the one thing I wanted to ask about is, so like usually before I go to bed, I know you'll probably say it's not the greatest, but like my issues are at night.
Okay.
I'll get some watermelon and some frozen blueberries, and I'll eat them before bed as like a snack.
Yep.
But I also take apple cider vinegar with the mother because I've heard that it helps with weight loss. But that's not the only reason, because I've also read studies say that it's just a healthy thing to have.
Yep.
So I would take 4 teaspoons a day. So 2 when I wake up and 2 when I go to bed.
Okay.
Is that okay? Or would you say it's too much? You know, like what's your opinion on that?
No, I used to take that all the time, but I take it now. It's in my Shell Shock. We have that in my fat burner. Like, so I take it when I take that every day or most 6 days a week on that when I'm taking it. But I used to take that apple cider vinegar, the bottles from the store. Yeah, I think that's fine. If you're doing a couple in the morning or a couple in the afternoon and at night. Yeah, if you feel fine on that, I never like it doesn't taste. It's not the greatest stuff in the world, but it doesn't matter. Like I used to just put it in the thing and just with a bunch of water and drink it real quick, or just take it straight and chug some water right afterwards and go about my day. So
it's vile. I might rather eat shit not.
Yeah,
it's horrible, but I take it because I know there's a lot of benefits to it.
Yeah,
And,
no, that's fine. I think if you feel good, man, you're losing weight and you're doing things the right way. It's just a matter of staying consistent with it now, and then making adjustments as you go along, which are going to come, because you're gonna get to a point like you're going to lose, and you lose a lot of weight because you're going to lose water weight especially when you cut your carbs to a degree. Like, that's one of the things you want to be careful with. You want to make sure you still consume a level of carbohydrates that you can adjust, because some people, what you do is if you go to no carbs, your body, your metabolism will start slowing down with it.
Well, that's not that. I feel like I'm still eating too much because my carbs, when I go to Chipotle, like, I'll do real quick, I get double chicken, double brown rice. I used to get pinto beans, but it made the calories go up, so I don't now. So I just get double chicken, tomato salsa, and then just a ton of lettuce. But the carbs are like 100 carbs or something because of how much rice I get. Like,
yeah, brother, you know what you should do though is you should balance it out with rice and beans to get the fiber in there. That fiber is really big in helping you stay.
I know the carbs is what the rice is what fills you up, so that's why I get the extra rice.
Well, but you want the fiber fills you up as well, like the fiber that beans have. So if you balance out, like, it just get like a little bit less rice and have them put a half a serving of beans or something in there too. It's going to help you with that.
I also get the fajita veggies too, which
that's good.
20
yep.
But I also, I did, I'll say this. I don't know. I did reach out to your company. I called.
Okay.
I can't remember the lady's name. She told me to send you an email. I did. Seeing if we could, maybe do something, work something out. And you didn't, I didn't hear nothing. So I don't know if you check your email or if that's something that you.
I get a lot of emails, so I don't know.
I figured you do.
As far as for what though?
For like supplements, because like I do some like YouTube and stuff. So I wanted to see if we could like work out like some kind of deal, like to try some supplements to help with my weight loss, and to see if we can kind of like maybe promote the show and stuff like that. Not that you need it, but just something like that. If that was something you'd be.
Yeah, I'd have to look and see. I'm not like, because I do everything. I get the sales anyways. So, but I'm not. I get people all the time. Like, my thing with people that ask for supplements is so this is my mentality. I've never asked anybody for supplements my entire life. Like, I just buy. I go, oh, I want to just get in better. Like, I just do it. Like, it's not. I understand people, and there's other companies will do things. It's just my mentality because of how I am. Like, I just think. Like, it's like, if you just want to lose weight, just lose weight with it. And if you like this stuff, just use it. And I don't know with that. Like, I've had the luxury of not having to use a bunch of other people to get sales. Like, some companies, if they don't have any people know, or like they're in a little different position with that and whatnot. But
yeah, no, I didn't mean like, say, give me free supplements. That's not what I meant. Like, by that, I meant like doing like a partnership or like an affiliate type thing. I don't know if you do stuff like that.
Yeah, we have the affiliate program on there for people with that. They get sales with the things, with the supplements, and we have that whole program on there.
I didn't mean like, hey, send me all your stuff for free. That's
not
what I meant.
But that's what usually people do. Like, they'll be, hey, brother, like, let me if you send me stuff and but then people just do that for free supplements. They don't even try to get sales or like. So I just shut that down before it ever starts.
Sure, but you do. Okay, see, I didn't know you had like an affiliate.
Oh yeah, we got all that on there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't see it, so I'll have to go. So is it just basically, do I just apply, and it depends on like what you're following on like YouTube and stuff like that is if you guys
decide we let anybody apply as long as they want to do it. They get approved on that, and then it's all up to them if they get sales or not.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna have to do that then. Like I said, it's like I was looking at some of your stuff, and some of it see, I'm not into I don't know what's good and what's bad. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I know artificial sweeteners are horrible, obviously. Yeah.
A lot of it's just depending on what your goals are. The biggest thing for people is to get their diet and working out on track first. And then like I always tell people, supplements it's an investment that you're making, and for added motivation as well. And like, depending on, it depends on the product. What you're like, it's like the sleep aid with that. If you're somebody that doesn't have sleep problems, you probably don't need the sleep aid. But if you're somebody that struggles going to bed at night, like my GTS sleep aid, I take it an hour before bed every night. I go to bed, I sleep like a baby. It helps
so
me.
I'll say right now, I do. I have very bad issues. Melatonin does not work for me.
Yeah. So it's like
feeling like shit.
So it's a matter of like, we have stuff that can like help people. And whether if you suffer from like, if you have low energy, and ultimately you got to get to the root of the problem of why you have low energy. But like, that's always going to be my first suggestion to people. Like, well, why do you think you have low energy? Well, if you're not sleeping good, well, okay. Well, then maybe the sleep aid could maybe help you sleep and get on track, and then see how you feel. And if like, and for whatever reason, you work 15 hours a day, and like, you need something to give you a pick me up, then okay, the pre-workout can be beneficial to take that, before you go work out. And like, there's ways, and you incorporate supplements, and the right supplement that you need into your life to help get you to your goals for your specific lifestyle. Like, and that's where supplements, and some people need more, some people need less. And some people, it's just an added thing too, where, like people like, hey, I'm going to spend $100 on supplements every month. And, but for a lot of people, that keeps them honest. Like, it keeps them, they need that to know that they're investing in themselves, and it keeps them motivated to keep going to the gym, because they're eating healthier. So they don't want to waste, you know what I mean? With it. So it's like, there's layers to levels to how supplements can be very beneficial to people, but like, not every person needs every supplement. It's just, but that you cater to a wide group of people, and you just find what can be specifically good for you in your case.
So like, yeah, what you're saying is you would tell me you don't need supplements. They just are like, if you're motivated, you can do it without them. They just
Absolutely
are like more of an assistance.
Yeah, no doubt. But like, there's specific ones like, the test booster. If you're a male and your testosterone levels are declining with it, and that specific product you can continue to live without it, but that specific product can raise your testosterone levels and help you build more muscle over time, and really solve some of your problems for people with that. Then that is a good investment on that. But like, or if you're somebody that you like, energy is just a problem, the wake up unlimited energy could help solve your problem and help keep your day a little more energy filled, where you're more productive. Or if you can't sleep at night, and you have for some people just have a real bad time like getting to bed, and like delaying going to bed. But if you take that sleep aid an hour before bed with it, and it makes you tired, and you go to bed at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and you can get up early, that product has then benefited your life with that. So it's like, it's using them in the right way for that. But like, of course, supplements are just stuff. This stuff is taken from food and from Mother Nature. That's what, not all supplements do this, but this is what we do with this. And that's what kind of makes some of it different. It's like the protein powder with that. Like, you could go through your day and not have any protein shakes with it, but it also is, when you're trying to consume higher protein, it makes life a lot easier to have one of those meals be a high protein shake with it, or something. If you're on the go and you need something where you do food most of the time, but you have your shakes for when life gets really busy and something comes up and you got to make a shake real quick because you got to go across town for 4 hours, whatever it is with it. Like, that's where this stuff can like help us stay on track when you just use it accordingly with it. It's like,
so
yeah.
So like two things. So like, one, yeah, the energy is with my depression and like being overweight. That is one major one. And then trouble sleeping. Yep. So I guess my question is like, what is different about your stuff than others? So like, melatonin's out there, and that shit, like, it just yes, I do fall asleep, but I wake up feeling like shit, dragging. Yeah. I mean, you got all these energy drinks, and I know we talked about, I drink the Rock one, but I stop. Like, once I'm done with it, because it has sucralose in it. And I've read multiple people say it's not good.
Yep.
So, and I don't know if there's other energy drinks on the market that just use stevia, but I guess my question is, if those were two I were going to buy from you, what would you say the difference is from other companies and like just melatonin in the store?
So as far as the products in general, we don't use any of the artificial sweeteners or colors. No aspartame, no sucralose, no artificial colors, no red food dye, yellow food dye, blue food dye, none of that garbage. So instantly, that's all eliminated. As far as the products, like for the sleep aid specifically, and so I created this stuff. I use all natural ingredients. So there are a lot of the problems, like a lot of sleep or like supplements, what they do is the companies, they'll put like one ingredient. Like a lot of sleep aids will be like heavy on, they'll be melatonin based, and then they'll have a few other ingredients in it, but they're not using enough of the other ingredients to get the desired result. I learned this very early on with all this stuff. So like I was taking Benadryl and NyQuil every night to go to bed in WWE on the roads in the hotel.
Wow.
And waking up because I was wired. I was drinking coffee for 3 to 5 hours every night. And so this is why I'm explaining to you how we're different with this. So I had a need. I go, this is not healthy for me. I need to figure out something different. And I already had my like little supplement cases where I was making my own supplements and mixing and matching and trying different formulas. So then I brainstormed. I go, I need to come up with a sleep aid with this, something that I can get me to fall asleep that's powerful enough. Because one of the big problems I had with the Benadryl and NyQuil is I was waking up hungover every morning. Like, so, because I would knock out. I would sleep great, but I would wake up very groggy for about an hour or two. Yeah. And I did that for a couple of years. I go, that's not healthy. I don't need to be doing this anymore. Because I'm never going to escape it. Like I'm in that lifestyle. So I just started researching herbs that can help you calm down and fall asleep. I looked at other companies. I look at like a company, I go, that ingredient is good. Then I was looking at research studies. Okay, what is the milligram amounts for this specific like valerian root? What is this and chamomile and lemon balm and these things, GABA, GABA, like things I remember when I was younger, there was this stuff GABA that would help me go to bed at night. So I took all of this and I was looking at the actual amounts that you need from the research studies. And I go, why don't these companies, none of them ever use the amount of ingredients that like the research studies usually have that actually got the desired result in studies. And so, and I just kind of put it together, go, the companies don't put enough of what they actually need to get the desired result with it. And so, and I tried several different formulas until I came up with what I have now for the GTS sleep aid with that. But coming up with this, I was able to fall asleep fairly quickly. Usually within an hour is about the time frame, sometimes a little sooner, depending on if it's an empty stomach or not with that. But usually within an hour, it would make me start falling asleep and I wouldn't wake up with a hangover on it because it's using all natural ingredients with it. So we just simply use more ingredients that work kind of, and it kind of ties into that whole feed me more mentality and brand. Gotcha. It's literally more ingredients. If you look at the labels of my products to other supplement companies, you're going to see our costs are 3 to 5 times higher than most companies, if not all.
Because I was going to ask, because melatonin in the store, isn't that all natural or is that?
Yeah, melatonin, but that's just one specific thing. So melatonin can work great for some people, but for some people it's not enough with it, or it doesn't. So, but like, that's where like kind of with what we do is we've got so many different ingredients in there that help keep you calm and can relax and help you kind of start going to sleep, as well as my GTS. This is a big thing. I don't even market this on the product. It's a full ZMA supplement, which ZMA is very good with magnesium, and magnesium, a lot of people are deficient in magnesium, but that helps kind of calm down and go to sleep as well. So it has a full ZMA supplement as well in it with it. That is, I don't even advertise on the product with that, but it hits from different pathways where it's like, I'm not going to say it's going to help 100% of the people out there, because there's people with some really messed up sleep issues, but most people have, like I'm telling you, like I have people when I do sales on this that buy 10 bottles at a time. Cause like
no shit.
Yeah. So like I see it firsthand. I know how well it works for me, but I see it with my customers when I do big sales. Anytime I see people when they start buying, I'm like they do it with the big guy in the shell shock. When I run the big sales, they'll buy massive amounts of bottles. A lot of people on that, because I go, they want to get it for that cheap of a price that when they can get it, because they actually rely on it. I go, man, that's such a cool thing. I can't promise you it's going to solve all your problems, but I'm telling you, if you look at the label on it, it stands. I'm gonna, more often than not, it's gonna help people with it. Like,
and that's my concern, is like I don't want to. Just don't take it. I don't think you take it personal. Is do you buy things and they don't work? And that's what my fear is. Like, hey, if let's say I buy the energy and the sleep. Hey, the energy worked, the sleep didn't for me. And it's like, well then just so like you said, it's just people are different. So it's like, not that your product's bad or somebody else is bad.
Yeah. Oh, I don't take that personal on that with people. I understand that. And I tell people with that, like, but I do think there are sometimes people like, I think it's good to give something a chance. It's like if you buy it, take it. And like I said, take it in an hour before bed, do it for the whole month and see if you start falling into a better pattern of sleeping with it. And like, because sometimes people, what they do is they take something one time but you don't know what they're like. A lot of big problems for people is they consume caffeine too close to bed with that as well, or they're consuming too much caffeine throughout the day, and that stays in your system for a long time. Create too much caffeine creates extra anxiety as well, and can prevent you from going to sleep at a normal hour, where it's advised to like not have caffeine as close to bed as like you want that 6-7 hours away from bed. And
Sure.
like I used to drink caffeine, I told you, in the night, and it was just too much, because then you do that and then you take a sleep aid and the sleep aid doesn't work, or it takes too long to work, and you're like, oh, this doesn't work. But you're also, it's like, how can it work? You're literally putting 300 milligrams of caffeine in your body, 2 hours before bed.
You got to let the stuff work in your system. Like, one time ain't enough. You got to get it through your system a couple days.
But there's habits people have too, where they don't even realize that could be hurting them on other things as well. So, but it's I go by, like, we have the majority, like we get a lot of 5-star reviews, and I just see it, like I just know it helps more people than it doesn't with that. So.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I saw great reviews. I'm not, That's
I know, but nothing ever helps 100%. I've people that like have like severe sleep issues that have been on like hardcore medications, and like there's just some people that have just like there's stuff that is going on that's where it's like, you might have to make some other changes as well long term, and like, so.
Yeah, I'll have to give them a shot and just see. Like you said, it's worth a shot. I mean, I don't know how much stuff is or anything. I'm assuming it's not super expensive, but
we have the 30% off with RYBACK30 on there. So that'll know 30% off. I'm really interested to try it, and like I want it to come back on and let me know with it. I just say take it for the whole month, an hour before you're ready to go to bed. Take the full serving, and just see if you start going to better and to start developing a better sleep pattern.
And then with the limited energy, same thing. Is that something you immediately when you wake up you take?
Yeah. So what I do is, and I only take 1 serving a day, and I split it up because I only get my caffeine from that now, and 1 serving of my Shell Shock. It has a small amount of caffeine. But what I do is I do half a scoop in the morning, and I do half a scoop. Right after this show, I do a half a scoop in the afternoon right after I have my protein shake. And then
so it's 1 scoop, but you just do a half and then a half later.
Yeah, because it's so strong. Because a full scoop is 350 milligrams of caffeine. We tell people to start with half a scoop because most people only need half a scoop, and you can actually get 60 days worth out of it if you do that. With it, I just take the full scoop. I just divide it to 2 because I don't have coffee or anything else throughout the day. I stopped all that, so I just divide my full scoop. For
because like the Zoas that we talked about, I drank. They say 120, natural caffeine. So I would say, and I still drink some of the Diet Mountain Dew. I know you yelled at me for it. There was a great sale. I bought it. The Stevia or the Zevia I did try. I liked it. Sometimes it's just super. It's just like it's like $10 for like
no. I even put that on Twitter. It is a problem. It is a problem how much more expensive that is than regular soda. I do.
And it's not bad. Hey, trust me, if I had to, I would do it 100%.
I'm pretty sure that if you had a comparable price and you saw, you'd probably get that more often. If
Sure, like I went to the store and bought Stevia, just the actual bag of it. So I just made green tea. And I just put some stevia in it with some lemon.
Yeah, you're doing all the right things because what you're doing is making better choices, and you just haven't gone. You're still occasionally having you're going to keep going more and more the better you get. I've seen this. Sometimes it takes a while to fully commit. You're eventually going to be like, screw this, I'm done with it, and you're gonna stay with it.
For sure, because like when you're just so consumed of drinking, just cop and probably pizzas every day, like cutting it all out actually they say is like a health risk kind of because you're so used to all that.
Well, it's addicting, and there's like a comfort built in, and I know how addicting that stuff is. I used to, when I gave up the diet sodas, I went through all that. It was heavy withdrawals, man, on that with that.
So that's why I didn't want to cut them out completely, but I kind of want to try to tone them down.
You're doing the right things, and then eventually, like it comes. You're doing the other drinks, and it's like. And you're going to keep losing weight and feeling better. What's going to happen is you're going to be like, you're just going to eventually go, man, this isn't worth putting in my body anymore. And like, you just get to a point, but like, it takes time because when you consume that stuff regularly, the chemicals, everything, it messes up the body where it is an addiction with it. So it's absolutely. You're on the right track. I'll never get like shame people for that. Cause it's like, I understand. I did it when I stopped the diet sodas. I went for a period. I remember I go, oh, I'm going to get sucralose sodas. And I tried to convince myself that I was like, oh, just have this every once in a while. And then I was like, I felt horrible. I go, they can't do this stuff. It's just not.
See, I always thought, because The Rock proclaimed it to be a healthy drink, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know it's probably better than Monsters and stuff. So I thought, okay. And then I started to look, and I didn't see aspartame, but I looked up sucralose, and it's an artificial. And I go, I wonder why he would. That's here nor there, but it's an artificial sweetener.
It's because it's just, really, and he might not have there's some people that are just adamant that they don't think that stuff is bad. And so that's I know personally that it's not great with it. And there's,
you're not the only one. I hear people say artificial. People have arguments say it's worse than just drinking a regular pop.
Yeah. But so the problem is it's what studies can we, I don't care if you show me 1,000 studies telling you how good it is. I know firsthand it's not good from what it was doing to me with it. And there's enough people out there that have had that happen where it's and now they're finding more and more stuff with this stuff being linked to cancer. It's I just rather, it's just look, I just would rather not consume it. I know I haven't, when I knew too, there was a time I didn't have it for years. And I remember I went to the movies. I got a big Coke Zero and I was like, oh, screw it. I'm going to get a Coke Zero for the movie. I didn't have my Stevia sodas. And I'm like, I was addicted to having a popcorn, nachos, and soda if I go to the movies. And usually I'll bring my Stevia sodas with me. Brother, I drank a whole Coke Zero. I had the worst headache for hours after that movie. And I just go, this stuff I can't be. And I don't get headaches or anything. I'm just like, this is trash. I'm done.
Yeah, and that's part of the issue is the Diet Mountain Dews. That's when I told you some of the things is expensive. Trying to get a healthier drink is chicken. Usually that stuff's not.
You're not wrong on the Zevias are definitely, that is a big issue with them. It's going to take these soda companies and why. And brother, I can't tell you why they have not. It is silly to me why the major soda companies have not come out with Stevia sodas with Stevia sodas. I don't know why they wouldn't try to get ahead of this.
You know what, Ryback? I didn't think about that.
Why they would Stevia, and I'm sure Stevia, that's the last thing they want to ever hear. But if Coke and Pepsi and these companies came out with Stevia sodas, they would be able to they would give people a healthy choice. They can actually get themselves off the hook way easier. When people hey, look, we're transitioning to this, their sales, they won't have to lose sales. People they'll be able to see the sales will start probably balancing out with people if they can keep the price competitively priced to the regular soda. It would, not to say that you could trust these companies, but there are regulations on this. If they use a quality stevia in this and get away, it would be the best thing ever. But for whatever reason they have it, and I don't get it.
So my question is it because when you get better ingredients, they always raise the price because it's better stuff? Is that why? Because stevia, is it harder to get? Because
it is. I think it is more expensive because it's a plant. It is more expensive. But they have ways, these companies, of getting this stuff mass, in huge.
And mass bulk, Coke and Pepsi, you would think they could get,
But so say for whatever reason, what is a 12-pack cost about when normally?
So when I buy these, I buy the bottles. So right now I buy the let me see, where is it at? It's 16.9 ounce. So it's a 6-pack. I can get them 3 for $10.
Wow.
So 18 of them for $12, bro.
Yeah. So, it's with that, but even if they just come out with a limited, option of 1 or 2 flavors to see how sales do, even if it is a little more expensive, but those companies are going to be able to keep the prices down more than a company like Zevia on it.
Because it's a mass.
They're
getting all the.
And I don't know why they want it just to have that option, because there's a huge market for it now.
There is, hey. To make the movement, tweet it out. And I'm just kidding.
But but that is, I don't know why they haven't. I've thought about that often. I go, why? But I also I wonder if it's they're just. I'm sure that they've worked on the formulas. It would be shocking if they haven't. Their food scientists and their development teams are not working on this to some degree. But you would just think they would run a test trial to see.
I wonder if it's because they don't want. Because if they made that right, let's say they did stevia drinks.
It brings attention to the aspartame and sucralose.
Yeah, what would happen to the diets? Because nobody would buy them anymore.
Well, it depends on how they market it. If you just keep everything normal and you just all of a sudden you develop a new line sweetened with stevia, but you don't do anything to knock aspartame and sucralose, which they wanted.
Gotcha.
So they would just simply have to just be, we are just giving you a different option.
Sure, like, hey, try this new formula.
Yes, new formula, something. And that marketing team could easily do that where they're not knocking their current existing product line. That would be the play, in my opinion.
I would tell you, I think that's my biggest issue is pop. Like, because like I feel like I've been eating good. I might eat a little over on the chicken, but that's, I mean, it's chicken, so it's, you know, with the rice too. But I try to keep, and that's why I walk for 4 or 5 miles a night. And I do the watermelon because of magnesium. I think magnesium's in watermelon.
Yeah, that keeps you hydrated too. That's a good.
The blueberries is like a superfood apparently. So I'll eat like a frozen handful. So I try to do that, but I'm actually kind of disappointed because I wanted to be under 300 in 3 weeks. I wanted 10 pounds a week.
But you're not. Yeah, it's not going to happen all the. You're gonna have up and down weeks.
You know, I'm at 307. I was 320, 330. Lost like 23 pounds in 3 weeks. That's very good. People are like, that's great.
Yeah.
Why are you upset about that? And I go, because I just want to lose more.
But you got to also, though, that's where mindset comes in. And a lot of people can be their own worst enemies, where it's like, you just got to know you're going to keep staying consistent and do the work. Don't be afraid to like feel good, man. I think a lot of times people you can feel good and stay on track, and it's not feel good and like let everything go. It's feel good and keep working hard. And recognize that you're doing a good thing. But like sometimes like people, like we humans, we're odd bunch, like we'll want to suffer. Like you've done this great thing, and then you're like, well, I didn't lose 10. So, but then you instantly go into a negative state of mind with it. Yeah. That's where you've got to catch this stuff and go like, no, I'm on the right track. I'm doing it. And like there's like you go for 10 the next week. And there's going to be, it's like goals. I have goals that I've had to put off for years because of my injuries. I didn't forget those goals. I just go, these goals are just going to take longer than I initially thought on that.
Now, what's your thing on like cheat meals? Like people say, look, if you've done great, you can splooge and have a nice meal. But like, I haven't done that because I kind of feel like, you know what? One, I really haven't had the urge. I would say the past couple days I have, but I'm like, do I do it? Do I not? Like, what's your take? Because I know you cheat, but also you go insane at the gym. I don't really go to the gym. I just do a 3, 4, 5 mile walk and that's it. So what is like just saying like, hey, a Friday night, you know what? You've done great for a month. This won't hurt.
Yeah.
Or would you be like,
hey? I think that's fine with all of that, doing that, because it's you're not doing it to then go off the rails and just to keep doing it. But like I do think it depends. Like I don't think it's a bad thing that you haven't done it yet with it, just because but everyone's different, their mindset. Like I know that I can do it and I'm fine. Because I know that I'm not going to keep eating that stuff every meal. Some people, I don't know your state of mind. Like if you ordered a pizza and wings and where that might like, in like where you go, you're like, oh, I need that every meal. Like I miss it so much. Like, so it depends on where you're at in this and like how strong you are. If you can do it and just have a meal and you not feel bad about it and go, okay, and don't gorge yourself of like to feel sick or anything, but just have a normal meal of something. But like, you got to realize like, okay, I can do this every once a week or every couple of weeks, but I'm going to eat my other meals and stay on track because this is more important with that. But sometimes people like, they get that food and they get that the taste and the chemicals and then it just sets them off where they want to like, oh, I'm going to go get ice cream and I'm going to eat donuts tomorrow. And like that's
my fear. And
that's
why I haven't done it. So I have eaten chicken. Chicken wings are probably one of my favorites. So I go to the grocery store, buy a pack of wings. I cook them in the oven a little bit, and then I just hot sauce. There's no calories, and I just air fry them. Don't just put them in the air fryer, or I'll grill them. So I get my wings, but it's obviously they're not the same as when they're deep fried. But they're still, I can eat wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
there's healthier options, but like that's one thing. If you're eating, like I said, just keep your carbs and your fat separate. The meals that you eat, your wings, I wouldn't be eating a lot. I wouldn't be eating a lot of carbs with those because the fat content in chicken wings is much higher than grilled chicken breast.
So you're saying if I make chicken wings, because I'll eat chicken wings and rice, don't do the rice?
Don't do the rice because you're eating, there's so much fat in chicken wings. They're super high fat. Like, I mean, a ridiculous amount of fat in them. With it.
So what would you recommend with it? Just vegetables with the wings?
If you do a green vegetable that is low carb, like a broccoli or green bean, something, or a combination of like that, would be ideal. If you're gonna, You want to keep your carbs down though when you're doing them. That's the other thing. Like little tricks like this are what can help people, where it helps your body burn more body fat because of macronutrient timing. Like, so when you do those wings, either like just make sure you have your vegetables in another meal or put those green veggies with it on that and keep your carbs down. And like your body, you're not going to have it's not going to make your body go haywire from having an influx of carbs and fats together with it. And make sure that your meals, that's the other thing, you'll get better at this as you go along. Just like you can lay out your meals throughout the day based off of, okay, this meal is a low fat meal. I can have higher carbs on this meal. On this, I know I'm going to have my chicken wings. I like having my chicken wings, and you develop habits with that, and then separating the foods at the right times.
Gotcha.
And
okay,
that will play a big part.
I'm gonna try. I'll look into getting those two from you and seeing how they work. And you said you had some kind of calculator too, I heard?
Yeah, that's on the homepage. If you scroll down, it's the BMR calculator.
What does that do? Like, what would you say that benefit me for?
It would let you know if on your activity level, when you fill it all out, it'll give you a kind of an idea of how many calories you should be consuming per day at your current level. And how much weight, like you could, I believe you could plug in on that. If you like the different weight, like if you to lose 10 pounds a week, it can adjust your calories and tell you what you should be eating per week, essentially.
I'll tell you right now, and you'll probably say it's not good. I'm probably only eating about 1,000 to 1,500 a day.
Which you got to be careful doing that though, because you're going to hit a wall. So you got to look at because that is, you want to make sure. I would do that calculator and see what it tells you, because you got to look at this. You're trying to do this long term to get your body, and like where you just don't want to hit a wall where because you're going to have to make changes. You want to keep your metabolism going as strong as possible. So when you're doing what you're doing, you drop your calories, your metabolism is still high from having calories prior and working, having not being deficient with it, where then people, what they do is they go into such a deficit and they go too low on carbs, but they're not getting their need. Your metabolism starts slowing down and then they can't burn fat. They have a real difficult time burning fat. You want to make sure your calories are there and your activity level is increased. And then you slowly cut your calories with this over time.
Yeah, I couldn't mass it. I would tell you I was probably eating 3,000 to 4,000 a day.
Yeah.
And I cut it to like 1,000 to 1,500.
But what happens is, and then you lose, but you think it works because it does, because it works really quickly and you drop body water and you lose some body fat but eventually your metabolism starts slowing down. And like we've all made this mistake because so you would be wise to actually look at that and balance things out a little bit with this. And like I'm telling you, for the long term, it's going to be the wise decision.
Gotcha. So check out that calculator thing.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Just so you know, and then you don't have to overnight go jump to, but I would start making an effort to balance out your calories a little bit and then and going from there.
Gotcha. I know Oiler wasn't wrestling, but I know you know a lot about nutrition, and I wanted to get some more information to let you know that I am doing better. I lost, like I said, I'm 307, 21 pounds, so I know you wanted an update on that. So
you're doing great. I'm happy to talk to you, brother, and keep helping you, man. And you're gonna keep making adjustments. You're doing the right thing, though.
Cool. All right, I'll check out those two supplements and on them, and then I'll do that calculator. And then if I purchase them, I'll pop in here and there. I listen. I might not be able to talk all the time, but
okay, yeah, no, please do. If you do, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
You have a good day. Thank you.
All right, you too.
Good deal. I love it, man. I love hearing the updates with people on that. And that gives other people motivation when you guys call in and share your stories like this. So thank you, buddy. Super chat, Rex Gardner. Thank you. Ryback, you're on Titanic too. Jesus. It hits an iceberg. Well, we clearly didn't learn our lesson from Titanic 1. It hits an iceberg and you're on the door like Rose. Which female wrestler you saving? Sasha Banks, Zelina Vega, Io Sky, or Lacey Evans? Brother, Jesus, you guys kill me with these questions. Because I don't know the relationship status of are all these people in relationships too with this. I'll tell you who this is a tough one. I'll save Zelina. We've always had a soft spot in my heart for Latinas. We can't. That ocean water is freezing. Make sure she gets back to Alistair. Everything is great. Malachi, he'll thank me, maybe give me a reward. So we'll save Zelina. She's the smallest as well, I believe, with that. There's a lot of that cold ocean water, the sharks, you know. What else? Oh man. Thanks for the question, Rex, in the super chat. Oh, those always get me. Thank you guys very much, everybody. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's show. I appreciate all the love and support. Check out my Feed Me More Nutrition, guys, on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% discount code FEEDME20, FEEDME20. New customers, first time, get one-time code RYBACK30, RYBACK30 to get 30% off, and you get a free Feed Me More Nutrition shaker bottle. Just select it as your free gift when it pops up with your orders as well on feedmemore.com. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow for another Ryback show between that 9 and 10 a.m. Pacific time hour. Until next time, my friends, stay hungry. Feed me more.
Hey, Rybackers, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and shell shock those notifications for the best supplements on the planet with Feed Me More Nutrition and all the latest cool new Ryback merch. Visit feedmemore.com.